Hi guys, it's Jackie's Daydream. Um, Today's video is going to be more so of like a testimonial, I guess, of like what has gotten me to win this award. Which, if you don't know, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, which you should at Jackie's Daydream, I recently won a student Emmy for my first short film, which is crazy, like just crazy. So I really want to talk about that and like what led me to this point because I think it is just really a testament of like what the inner work has gotten, where the inner work has gotten me to in this life right now. Like it's kind of crazy. I never really thought any of this would happen, which is like insane, but here we are. So yes, to start this video off, I guess I'll explain the word a little bit more and then explain the short film, and then I can explain how that short film came about, and then also I guess like with that will be a little bit of why I went back to school and this, that, and a third. So the Emmys, the big award show, has a bunch of regional sectors, and so they have a Southeast Emmy. They have a Southeast Emmy, and they give out awards to adult filmmakers in general every year. And then with that, they also give out student awards. And so I'm pretty sure it's, if it's not their foundation or it's in partnership with the National, ooh, let me not butcher this, National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. So they also, work with all of the regional parts, and they have a student awards, and so that goes to college and high school students. So I got my award in the community service public affairs sector, which is crazy. Um, I like wanted to announce that I was nominated, but honestly did not know that I was nominated for various reasons. Um, so I just went to the award show. Like, I can't necessarily say I didn't expect it or I was expecting it. I just, I have the highest standards walking in for myself. I'm not upset either way it goes. I'm not like, like I'm in that headspace where like, you know what, it could happen, it could not happen. It doesn't matter to me. It was a great networking opportunity, even if I didn't win. So like that was mainly why I went. And my mom bullied me into going because I wasn't going to go at first. Again, I didn't know if I was nominated or not. So, yeah. It's just crazy. It's just still like a really crazy concept because what am I doing? Um, so yeah, I had my very first short film from last semester, last fall. I filmed it November 9th, I believe, which was about 8, 9 days after someone very dear to me and like the community, sickle cell community in Atlanta, passed away, which I had already had this in the works, but it just made the film a lot more meaningful. And then that next week his funeral was happening, so it just really was at a crazy time. Honestly, it was at a crazy time. It was a lot going on at that time. So I filmed this short film. It's really interviews, the short film documentary about young adults and their transition into adult healthcare in Atlanta. So if you have not watched it, I can link my portfolio down in the description. I pretty much had all these people I grew up with, pretty much, or like known for a lot of years. um, so we had Zaria I've known since I was like 10 years old. We grew up going to camp together. She has sickle cell as well. And now we're camp counselors and camp coordinators, and we're helping out, and we always said that we were going to do this. So it just was really cool to see her come through for me. Um, we had Z Icy Donnie. If you don't know him, he makes music in Atlanta. He's a rapper. He also has sickle cell, so he came and shared his story. We had Ty Flowers. Ty Flowers, I went to high school with her. She had kidney failure when we were kids. So she, like, I've always kind of seen her go through dialysis and things like that. So she came and spoke. And then we had my hairstylist, Mariah Smith. She came and spoke as well. She was born prematurely, so she kind of talked about her experiences with surgeries and things like that. 'Cause she recently had one. And everyone in this series had pretty much a surgery or procedure done where they had scarring. So I interviewed them about their journey, where they are in their life. I didn't necessarily know what I was going to interview them about, and I'll get into this a little bit later. Um, and then I had photographers, Ethiopia said, and Leah. Ooh, why did I just butcher her name? I'm so sorry, Booty. I had Leah Mann and Ethiopia said Garvey do the photography on the project, which was really cool because I feel like they connected with the subjects like a lot more than I expected. I didn't really like know what to expect, but I feel like cuz I left the room while they were doing the pictures, and that's when I was like interviewing people. So like when I would come back, they're like giggling and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like everyone's in a great place. Who else helped with this? My brother Reggie helped. Um, he's mass communications major at Clark right now, so he's across the street from me. When it comes to classes and school and stuff. Ethiopia Set and Leah also go to Spelman. I also had a production assistant, Mariah Evans. She helped me out with the camera work and stuff like that. Um, Zaria went to Clark. So it was a student film, it was a student production, but you know, we just had some outside people come in and talk. So it was such a crazy experience. I like booked this venue to like do the shoot or whatever. And the venue, like when you book a venue in Atlanta, like it's not gonna look how it looks online. It's just not. So I kind of already knew that walking in, I didn't really know what to expect. That I was gonna be like, I don't know. And so I did kind of feel like that the lighting was not the best, but it actually ended up being a great place because um if you watch the film, there's like a mirror in the background, and I didn't really have much depth for my interviews. You want depth behind the person that you're interviewing. You want like a room behind them, you want furniture behind them. But that mirror kind of gave me that depth that I needed. That was really cool. Then you could see like the train going by in the background. The lighting kept moving, which was like annoying, but it's okay. It's okay. The sun was moving. Um, and then yeah, so they set up the lights and everything for photography, everything like that was also my first production in general. I've done photo shoots and things like that, but like as far as video production, and of course I've done editing, like I've been editing since I was like 12, but the actual camera setup, mics, this, that, and the third, that was my first time doing that. So everyone was super patient. It was just a great team. Like it was a great team to work with. That was like a blessing, honestly. Oh, what else about the film? I really feel like that's kind of it. It's a 5 minute film. It's it's just super raw. Like if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. Like it's just super raw. I like didn't necessarily know. I knew how I wanted to go in my head, and as an artist, you know that it's not gonna go exactly how it does in your head, but that is the closest thing to the point where I don't even know what I wanted in my head anymore, and I'm pretty sure what I wanted didn't even add up to that amount. So um yeah, that was just a crazy experience, and we all have a Southeast student in me now, which is insane. um and it just feels so fulfilling. Like it's just every time that I do any type of work, and now I've been speaking a lot more about sickle cell and our healthcare systems and it just feels great. It feels amazing. It feels fulfilling, and that's the only way I can describe it. It's like I'm supposed to be doing this. It doesn't necessarily feel like a drag like I thought it would be, because I used to not want to talk about sickle cell at all. Really, like I was open to it if you asked about it, but like I didn't want sickle cell to be like the biggest thing in my life personally, which is why I didn't include myself into the film also. Um, but like every time I recently spoke on a panel, I posted a short about this. I recently spoke on a panel about sickle cell and things like that. So I was just like, wow, like it feels really good to tell people things that I've always said that I wish people knew. That is like probably the biggest part, because since I was young, I'm like, dang, like I wish you just knew. Like I just wish you knew. I wish you knew this, that, and the third. And I have the power to do that. And for it to come out in a film without me even saying anything necessarily, with them saying it for me, them giving me a new perspective, and just working with the every answer that they gave, like it just was crazy. So again, I've never worked on a film, like doing the film myself. I worked on film sets. I've done background acting, I've done makeup on film sets, but this is my first time where I was like, I'm getting behind the camera, I'm producing this, I'm directing this. um where do I even start with that? I will say, like, of course, with modeling, I've done photo shoots. um Film is different. It's very different. It's super different, I will say that. Like, I can't say I expected it to be like an in and out situation, but super different. And I don't really know how to describe it yet, but it's a lot of moving parts. Photo shoots are very snap, snap, snap. Everything moves really fast. Film, you kind of have to baby it. Like, you have to give it time. You have to um, not rush certain things, and rushing is gonna happen. Like, time is money. But yeah, it's a different experience, and I never thought I'd be doing film. I decided to do film. I decided to switch my major from economics to film, which I know is a huge jump. Economics to film around this time last year. So this time last year I worked on a film set, and I was like, I want to know what's going on. I want to know the story. I want to know this, that, and the third. I was doing makeup. So I just went ahead and did it. Also, Sinners came out. Sinners is like fucking crazy, if we're being honest. Like, Sinners, I love Sinners so bad. Um, and then I just wanted something with the arts, and Spelman doesn't have a lot of majors to choose from, because I was thinking about doing marketing. And the reason why I switched from economics is because I'm a creative. I'd rather be on the arts side than the numbers side. And then B, um, it's been, I dropped out of school in October 2021. I came back to school spring 2025. I haven't done math in 4 years. It just seemed like the smartest. It just seemed like the smartest decision to make, because the math was not mathing. The math, I was like, oh wow, like, oh wow, oh wow. Um, so just to make sure that I actually stay in school this time, I was like, I'm not even gonna do that to myself. I'm an adult now. I work. I have bills. Um, I'm not even gonna do that to myself. I just want the degree. That's it. And honestly, I made a super great decision. Obviously, like, I love film. Um, and it's not even just like film itself, because I don't necessarily see myself behind the camera for a very long time. But being in a creative space, being able to live out these ideas, and I'm interested in a lot of things, being able to be curious about things, do the research, and being able to like nerd out on something different every time I want to, and just make it into a film, just make it into art. Like, I can study anything that I want, honestly, which is just really fucking cool. So yeah, I really do see myself more so on the productive production side of things. So like being an executive producer, finding funding, paperwork, because I, as much as I love creatives, I don't see myself in one area for like one specific arts for a long time or being stuck there. One thing about creatives, our minds are everywhere. Our minds are super everywhere. Everyone wants to exercise their idea. Everyone wants their idea heard. Um, Everyone wants to do that and the third. And I'm more so of a coordinator. I'm more so of a, I gotta tell people what to do because it'll be chaos, you know? So finding funding, scheduling, scouting, locations, casting, things like that, I feel like are up my alley a little bit more. Writing, I'll probably get into writing too, writing a story. Um, yeah, yeah. I, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So yes, I switched my major this time last year. Well, no, I didn't switch my major. I just decided to. And then last fall is when I actually switched the major. I actually started the classes. And I was like, yeah, I don't regret this at all. The classes are long. I will say that I have like 2, 3, 4 hour classes. But I'm not complaining really. I'm really not complaining. What else to do? So yeah, I guess that kind of just brings me back to, oh, also, this is Spellman's first student Emmy. Crazy, crazy concept to me, if we being honest. I went from being a Spellman dropout to getting their first Emmy. And that brings me to my real topic of today. Do what you want. Do what you want, even if it sounds fucking crazy. Because everyone's like, economics to film? Economics to film? Yes, economics to film. And I was early enough, thank God, early enough in my student career, my scholarship, to like be able to switch that and not like be here extra time that I was already going to be here. So thankful for that and thankful that I had the opportunity to do that. But like, if I, there's just so many things that like, if I did not make certain decisions, if I doubted myself, if I listened to other people, if I didn't just have that curiosity at all, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be getting no award. I wouldn't even know I could do this. Like, this is all really surprising to me, really shocking. I never thought I'd be in film. So, and you can have whatever intention going into it too. That's another thing. You can have another, like, whatever intention that you have. You can say, oh, I'm gonna do this. When I flip to this, I'm gonna do this, da da da. But when you actually get into it, when you actually study it with an open mind, you're gonna see so many different things that you can do. And it is really eye opening. It's really crazy. It's really hard to describe. It's a crazy concept, but when you really get to explore things out of the norm, when you give yourself the opportunity to be curious about certain subjects, about what this would look like, even if you don't pursue it full time or you don't make that switch, you need to know what you don't like in order to know what you do like. I knew I didn't want to do no numbers. I took a marketing class also this time last year and I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say my major. I loved it, don't get me wrong, but like, I just knew that that wasn't that wasn't going to be efficient for me. That wasn't going to be the smartest option for me to personally in my lifestyle. My major, I'm a documentary filmmaking major with an entrepreneurship and innovation minor. So I will still have some of that like economics, like kind of wrapped up into my film process. But like I said, that is to more so go with being executive producer and coordinating and things like that. So I'm really surprised that I'm here. And not necessarily like I don't deserve anything that happened, but if you would have told me this would have been my life last year, or this would have happened, or I would have, made a, a short film at all, honestly. If you would have told me that I had to reach out to people and be like, hey, I have this idea and like I hope that you think it's cool and you want to join and you don't ask me for money because I don't have money. Like so it takes a lot of courage. It takes, if I didn't tackle my anxiety, if I didn't tackle my anxiety in general, my depression, like I would have never got to this point. And so I think that is just like my little testament. I cut my finger the other day. I think that's just my little testament for today, of like why I necessarily kind of make these videos. Like I these are more so, if I could talk to myself when I was younger, these are probably the videos that I would make, and like the things that I would say, the things that I would explain to myself at 12, at 16, 19, like really pivotal moments of my life. And um, I can't necessarily say that I'm that girl on my Pinterest board because, baby, my Pinterest didn't have this. My Pinterest did not. It has a lot of things on it. And I have a lot of stuff that was on the Pinterest. But my Pinterest ain't have this. You know what I'm saying? So, really, just being thankful, being grateful for everything, and expressing myself, expressing my voice, putting that out there, whether it's film, whether it's YouTube. It's led me to great opportunities, and I hope I can't talk. It's led me to great opportunities, and I hope that it leads me to more soon. Yes, so that is my video today. I'm done rambling. I will probably make a couple more today and, upload them throughout the week. But we are on my journey to 50 videos. So the shorts have been doing really good, or really good. I really like the shorts, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I found my flow with those. So hopefully we can expand to TikTok and Instagram a little bit more now that I found my mojo here. But yes, if you don't follow my Instagrams right now, my main page is Jackie's Daydream. Wow. Excuse me. My main page is Jackie's Daydream. My wellness page is Wellness by Jackie. Um, what else? If you have not viewed my portfolio or watched the short film, it is linked down below. Uh, like this video, subscribe, comment, turn on the post notifications, and yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then if you have watched the short film, thank you for your support. Honestly, we have more things that we're doing in the future. Um, let's make it happen. Let's make it work. Bye, y'all.